we chose to come to Iceland because it's a well-established analog site for some extraterrestrial environments in terms of some of the environmental challenges you find, although obviously it's not a perfect analog.
So Iceland is a really great place to come study Mars analog environments because it's a basaltic volcanic island.
Mars is essentially a basaltic planet. It hasn't undergone a lot of alteration by different things. It has undergone some, so it's not completely basaltic, but on the whole it's made up of that kind of rock, and the same is essentially true of Iceland. Most of it is basaltic. There are some places that aren't. So in terms of the geochemistry, that's a good thing.
You have shield volcanoes here, you have shield volcanoes on Mars. There are a bunch of similarities. You have extreme environments here in Iceland. You have hot springs, and you have really cold environments with the glaciers. And these are really interesting places to study life on Earth in general.
There's the interaction between the lavas and the glaciers, which is quite interesting because a lot of the features we see on Mars could potentially be interactions of volcanoes and subsurface ice. So probably not surface glaciers, but possibly surface ice. So seeing how these things interact and where the life might exploit that interaction in Iceland is very interesting to apply to places like Mars.
One of the major field sites we're looking at the moment is a very recent volcanic site. So that's of interest because it's had little time to be significantly modified by Earth life. And so therefore we can go there and try and ask questions about, at least from the Earth's perspective, how life colonizes such kind of fresh new lava fields. Logistically, Iceland is quite relatively easy to get to, certainly for kind of people from the UK.
Thinking about how much access we have when we actually go to another world, and we don't have the limitations of this is how much material you can put on a rocket in a spacecraft and land on Mars. So what if those limitations were lessened? How much we'll be able to accomplish? And it really shows you that we've just started to scratch the surface of what we can do, because if we can think about all these things that we can just fly out to Iceland and carry with us, rock hammers, all our advanced instrumentation, and then you think, okay, well, if we could bring all of that to Mars, we could do more than we've done in the last 40 years in 2 weeks, and that's kind of amazing. So it just shows you what more we could do with Mars exploration in the future.
I really love Iceland. This is my second time here, just like most of the team, and it kind of felt like coming home. In a way, it was sort of like we never left, visiting some of these places again, that they're just so beautiful.